sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festa 67's Workshop, and welcome to part number 5 of Legends of Ferrari, the die-cast 1/24th scale model collection from our wonderful folks over at DeAgostini. Now, if you'd like to join this subscription, click this link all the way along there. Bink. And you too can be making cooing noises like me with your very own Ferrari collection. Today we got the Ferrari SF71H from 2018, driven by Kimi Räikkönen. Yes, folks. So it was, I do believe, one of the last iterations of the previous set of rules on the Formula One cars. Here we've got some details. The objective was to stay the course. In 2018, Scuderia Ferrari entered the Formula One World Championship with a car that built on the evolutionary path followed by the previous season's model, especially in terms of technical approach and design. More austere at the rear and with a longer wheelbase, it was equipped with the new Halo driver protection feature. The work put in paid off as demonstrated by the 6 victories obtained that year. Yes, this was the first Halo year, and it's gone on to prove its worth because it has saved several drivers from potentially very, very dangerous injuries. So yes, it's, I think, one of the best things that they've done, to be honest with you. It's not very aesthetically pleasing, but it's safety first, folks, isn't it? There's some more information there, detailing the car, all the different points there. On the front, it says you can see the large size of the air escape intake as well as the sophisticated system of vents that were installed, divided on each side to provide a more even airflow and improved cooling. And it's all these little veins on the wings and that direct the air through the vehicle. So it's fascinating how the aerodynamicists over the years have really brought home some of these features on the modern cars. It's unbelievable. And we're in the ground effect car era again now, so it's all changed again. This is a little data sheet here about the development of the Halo, why it was brought about, and yes, there was a choice between this and Aero Screen at the time, and the IndyCar Championship went the way of the Aero Screen and Formula One went the way of the Halo. But yeah, protecting the driver's head is a must, isn't it, at the end of the day? So yes. And Kimi Räikkönen, bless him, very, very fascinating character. He really was a man of very limited words, but just had such a deadpan delivery that journalists didn't quite know how to take him. I think he was a very underrated driver, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, I used to be thoroughly entertained by Kimi Räikkönen, bless him. But again, look at the difference in the wheelbase on the cars. In the previous issue, if you remember, I was showing you the Niki Lauda Ferrari, and I've got it on the shelf to one side, so I will bring it out towards the end of this episode just to show you the difference. But again, I liked the livery, and it was, yeah, just right. There's a briefing sheet there on what the car did, what it achieved. It had 21 races, 6 wins, 6 pole positions, had 18 podiums, 7 second places and 11 third places. And then there's all the blurb there on the length, dimensions, weight, etc. There's Kimi himself, the 2 eras of the Iceman. And pretty much that's how we remember Kimi Räikkönen, isn't it? Just sat there. Yeah, bless him. Absolutely, I think, an iconic driver. There's some more details here. Read these magazines, folks. They really are a good read. You won't be disappointed. And you do pick up some nice little tidbits from these as well. You got here the Simone Resta. He was chief designer at Ferrari since 2014. There's a nice little profile on him. and then some more bits and pieces here. The United States Grand Prix. So yeah, there you go. So that's a quick look at the magazine, folks. Let's get to the model, shall we? And here she is. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So let's open her up and get her off the base, and then we'll do a bit more of a detailed looky-loo for you. So we'll just put that safely over there, like so. And then we'll lift this up and remove the bubble pack. Just want to gently cover the aerials just so that I don't catch them. What an absolute car of beauty. Look at the length of that wheelbase. Absolutely stunning. I've got to be really careful handling this because there's so many little protrusions on this. But as you can see, look at the detail on her. Absolutely gorgeous. There's the plank underneath there with all the aerodynamics on the floor pieces. And again, look at the shape of the car, how curvaceous it is, and then how flat this floor is with all these different areas on it. How the cars have changed over the years. It really is a stunning, stunning depiction of an iconic car. I'm just going to spin it round on the plinth so you can see the other side. It's pretty much the same, but just lets you see it. There you go. And again, delicately try to lift this as best as I can because it really is very fragile. And there you go. There we are again. Absolutely beautiful looking vehicle. All the cameras on the car, the DRS there, all connected up. All the different suspension components are there, but it's the complexity of this front wing I'm looking at is catching my eye. Straight away, all the different components that are in there, just to direct the airflow around through the brake ducts, scooting it around the car, through here, and along inside the engine and out the back, over the rear diffuser there. It's absolutely beautifully designed. Very, very beautiful looking car, and I think Ferrari at the time did a wonderful job integrating halo into the car because it was quite a radical thing to put on the car. And I think they covered it really well on this. It actually became a part of the car rather than a bolt-on accessory, folks. And then obviously you've got the angle there from the rear of the car, looking at the rear wing, all the diffuser there, how it all comes up, and yeah, absolutely beautiful. I do miss the iconic sound of an F1 car, I must admit. And the big difference in here compared to the louder car from the previous issue is the PlayStation steering wheel. All the different buttons on there. You know, no manual gear changes, all automatic. Paddles on the back of the gearboxes and all of that. But absolutely stunningly recreated there. I am happy to screw it back on the base and put it in its box because with all of these components on it, yeah, it's very, very fragile. And then you've got all your different aerials there, antennae, and it's just little things you notice each time you look at it, you know, the different wings and all the little aero veins all tucked away on the car just to try to get that little tenth of a second. And you've even got them here, the little vertical veins sitting on the side of the floor edges there. And then you've got all the grooves and the undulations in the floor just to try and, just to try and flow the air. And this is back in the days where the car had a bit of rake on them, where the rear of the car was slightly higher than the front, as you can see. It's like a door wedge. So it was the last iteration of them cars before the ground effect come in, where they've dropped the rear end of the car right down to the ground now. So, yeah, it really is beautifully recreated. An absolutely stunning vehicle. And as I said before, I'll show you the difference between the wheelbase. There's the louder car from the previous issue. And as you can see, the rear wheels are in line there. Look how short the car is. The front wheels there are where the steering wheel is on the modern car. So you've almost got another third of the length there to go. So it's surprising the difference in it. It is really shocking. It's only when you see the comparison that you see the difference. It's very, very surprising. So yeah, nice little comparison there. But this is the Ferrari SF71H Kimi Räikkönen from 2018 from our wonderful friends over at DeAgostini. If you would like to subscribe and get yourself your very own Ferrari collection, and I can't see why you wouldn't, click this link all the way along here. Head over to DeAgostini and treat yourself, folks. This is growing into a really beautiful collection, and any serious tifosi out there is going to want these cars in their cabinet so that they can just make Formula One swooning, cooing noises and really relish this era of Formula One over the years. Beautifully done in 24th scale die cast. You won't be disappointed. Remember, folks, if you've enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button down in the bottom corner. It helps me massively out with the channel, helps me grow and keep the content like this coming for you, folks. So until the next issue, stay safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you on the next edition. Bye-bye for now. Beautiful. Absolutely